This is Damon Stevens from Wealth Builders. Today is January 30th, 2022, and this is a Sunday prep for Monday. And also, let's take a look at what happened last week in the market as we closed out the week. That way we can kind of take a look and see if the bulls or the bears are going to run this week. Looking at the Friday close, see the Dow Jones really made a run for it. They ran basically, they're up 1.65%. So nice run up, especially at the end of the day. You can see really strong here off of the open. NASDAQ as well, up 3.13%. So really strong rally. And S&P 500 up 2.43%. So nice strong days. FANG stocks really made a run for it. Really strong overall. So Friday was a rocket ride for those who were prepared for it. Those who had long-term portfolios finally saw a little bit of relief back in their portfolios, just good overall run. So, do we keep that up from here? Do we find a bottom and this is a run? Good question. I don't think we can say that right now, but let's look at the charts and see what they show. Just to be aware, we have earnings again coming out. So this week, focus on Alphabet, so Google. On Tuesday, Wednesday, looking at Qualcomm, Spotify, Waste Management, and then on Thursday, we have Ford and Lilly, Eli Lilly to look at. And that's mostly where I'm focused in. So really my big day is Wednesday this week. So looking at earnings to see where that's going to continue to drive the market up or down. Looking at Microsoft from our last week's earnings and kind of where it sits today. You can see that Microsoft had this pullback here and closed up, higher than it was, and actually over these support levels here, which is, good bullish momentum here. We still got to get over the moving averages. We're just barely under the 20. So trying to see a breakout, above this 308 level and work our way back to 312 to start getting more bullish on Microsoft. But definitely Microsoft ended on a strong note last week. Tesla continues in this downward trend. We talked about this, over the last few weeks and talked about this coming down here. It almost tagged the line. Does it have to tag it? Not necessarily. You can see that it almost tagged it and then it ran up here and it's under the 200. So we'll see if we can break out. If we can break out at 854, maybe basically 900 level, I think we start to rally back up towards the 100. If we fall down towards the 800 level, you could see possibly a fall below 700, maybe down to 760, 740. So just something to be aware of depending on kind of where the market goes. On a smaller time frame chart, you can see here it almost looks like we had a double bottom here that we've created. So do we rally off there? It's possible, but we do got to get above this 857 really to rally up here. That would be a neckline if this is a double bottom, if you're considering that. If you're not, just got to see higher highs come in here. So we got to get above here if we want to see this rally up. Apple, you can see, continues to grind up. Had a little pullback here, but still within our channel, bounced off of it, sitting kind of mid-range here above the moving averages. The next tag up here would be, around 180. So we'll see if we get to up this 180 level here and continue to rally up from there. So, McDonald's, we kind of finished out here. You can see this is expanding, this wedge here. But you see that it's, continues to bounce off the support area. And we hit the support area here and bounced off again. So looking to see if McDonald's can kind of break above this 50 moving average and continue rallying up here. Or does it kind of hover down here towards this bottom level, which you can see, that we kind of down a little bit of that. So looking for McDonald's to see what it's going to do. And then if it continues to move up, then we'll continue to chase this one up as it moves. And if it falls below the line, then we'll go ahead and take it off. So far, McDonald's still going up. So looking good. Boeing had a huge old pullback, on this time frame here on 1 hour, did it double bottom here and try to rally up. It's possible. We got to see something over, 190, 192 to see us kind of rallying back up and breaking out of this downward sloping wedge. So just looking for momentum out. Caterpillar pulled back here after earnings. Pullback is just sitting right on top of our channel here. If it breaks down, then very much like kind of like what Tesla did. It kind of broke out and went up to some highs and then failed and came back in down, but then Tesla's clear down, towards the bottom now. So just Caterpillar kind of follow that same pattern. Hard to say. But right now it's got to hold the support and break out. Falls in there, then very well could see a similar pattern. Nvidia continues down its downward slope here below the 200, consolidating. It's got to get above this 200 and start to break out if we're going to move to higher highs. NVDAX, you can see it had a good area of support back here. This is September and November of 2020, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So see if we can hold this here and break out. If we fall below these support lines, then we could possibly go a little lower. So NVAX looking for a bounce here or consolidation to similar price action that we had before. Exxon continues to consolidate up here, looking to see if it can break out new highs. It's got to get past this 79 to kind of break up to a newer high. RK kind of flat, got doji down there, seeing if we can get some momentum going another direction here. So we'll see what the market brings. Looking at the treasury or the 10-year yield, you can see the 10-year yield just consolidating right here. Still, we really want to get this below 170 level. Once $1.60 would be even better, but I got to pull this back here so the market can continue to rally up. U.S. oil, you can see here just hovering on the highs. If it can break out of this next consolidation, 92, 93 would be the next on the docket. Looking at DXY, you can see here we try to rally up towards our top trend line where we've been before. Just consolidating right here to see if we can get some momentum. A little bit of a pullback here. So as long as we hold above this 98, 96 level, 97 you see right here, where we tagged it twice, then we can try to move back up. But if we break this 96.60, 96.90 level, we could be pulled back down here to support around 95, 96. So just be aware of that. VIX pulled back, so it's still elevated. It needs to get below 20, but it did pull back from that 32, 33 level. So hoping that the VIX will continue to pull back. If it does, the stock will continue to climb. SPY, you see, been consolidating for quite a bit, but it hit a higher high in this channel. So looking at, can we break above 444? If so, then we can start to hopefully rally up. If we break down below 432, then we're more likely to come down to back to this 420 levels. So we're just going to kind of watch tomorrow, see what the pre-market is. If the pre-market's up, it could pump to this 444 and then kind of pull back a little bit and retest the 200 moving average. If we break below it and gap up, we'll probably kind of come back up and test it and then possibly fall back lower. So just something to be aware of. So kind of we're at a threshold right now in this little channel on direction right now. This is a shorter time frame. And when I was looking at this chart, really, I was wondering, do we have what do we have here? Do we have a double top and then a pullback and then a reset? And here's a high. And then we pull back here and then kind of make a cup. Is this a cup and handle? Or is this just, what kind of formation are we seeing here? And also, we're back at resistance. So just got to really see if we can break out of this 442.91, get up to 444. Maybe that becomes resistance at the top of our trend line and pull back a little bit. Or do we fall back here to the bottom trend line? So this is on a shorter time frame. Triple Qs consolidating right here. You can see here it's above where we kind of had support before. So it's trying to get the momentum to go back up. It's actually above our current resistance line. So next resistance at 364 at the 200. So you can see here that was support before. So seeing if we can get up there and break out of that. And semiconductors, you can see here, is this a double bottom and we're going to rise, or is this a falling wedge? And here's a cup, and then maybe we get a handle and then a fall through lower. That's what we're going to be looking for on semiconductors. Dow Jones, very similar to, is this a triple bottom and then we're going to move up, or is this kind of a inversed double bottom where we're inversed and we're coming down. And if we break this line here at 340, we're coming down here a lot lower. So just waiting for signals what direction we're going. IWM, same thing. You see this was support before. We're back at that support level again, trying to bounce here if we can to new highs. If not, if we break this at 191, then we could be coming a lot lower. So just something to watch. Financials, same thing. There's just a double bottom here. We bounce off of here. One thing I do like is we're, this upward trend line, we are back in that trend line. So hopefully we can rally back up here and stay within this current trend line and move up. So energy, XLE, you see here, this was 74.91 was the higher high, or the lower high we had before. So that's going to be resistance when we come into it again. So are we bouncing off of it, and can we get past there? We had a nice little rally on Friday. It's a matter if we can continue to break forward and move that one north. Bitcoin on the weekend had a little movement. It had pretty good movement if you're trading intraday. But you can see here it's kind of pulled up and it's kind of curving back down. So we'll see if Bitcoin can hold or if it's going to start to go down to lower. Leo, you see this big huge consolidation. Not consolidation as the cryptos, try to figure out which direction they're going to go. And, this is a double top here and a pullback. If we break below this level here, definitely you either want to get out or you want to short it down to this level here. So watching AMI for either hitting support and bouncing off of it or breaking down further. FTM, same thing, right on a critical level right now. If we break through, more of a shorting opportunity than a long. If we can hold this and bounce off, then we'll see if we can start to rally back up. SCRT, same thing. Very similar look on these charts. So just looking for price action to tell us which way we're going. T-Fuel is looking to see if this was going to break out. It's just consolidating right now. We got to break out and get some momentum going here and break over this 192 if we want to start rallying again and try to move up towards these old highs here. So that's the cryptos. That's our market. That's what stocks we're looking at in the morning. Continue to watch the scanner and watch the VIX for direction and which way the momentum and the stocks are moving. And we'll talk Monday night and see how it went and how our trades did that were on our list, and make a game plan for the next day. Everybody be safe out there in this volatility market, and make sure you look at what direction we're going before you start to trade. That way you make sure you're on the right side of the trade. And everybody have a great night.